Because in the early 80s, I remember, as far as my school, where I was working as a student, because it was basically work, there was kind of an opposition between Ruben Blades and Marvin Santiago. For us, that was two soneros and 2 points of view, so I just want to...
We really never, I think that sometimes what happens is that people talk to other people and they tell them, do you know that this guy said this of you? And do you know this? And sometimes they react to that because they bait you to come up with something. I always admired Marvin, and actually I got to see Marvin before he passed, and we never had a problem really. It was something that was written about. And some people argued also whether, somebody like me, who was not a victim of drugs or a victim of the usual kind of problems that you find a family broken, or lack of education or whatever, has the knowledge or the sincerity to sing about the street and whatnot. But the street where I come from was a street that had a corner. It had the dog, and it had the little chinito tienda in the corner. And just like anybody's street, what I did not have was heroin in my street. What I did not have in my street were people who didn't care about their children. What I didn't have in my street was a mother who wasn't aware of what the heck I'd done during the whole day. So we grew up a certain way. But that doesn't mean that we were exempt of going, knowing what being hungry was, or not feeling the difficulty of economic pressures. We had it. I never knew I was poor. Never knew I was poor. I was never aware of being poor. Okay? And when people talk to me about poverty, I tell them, look, and then I was poor twice. I was poor there and I was poor here. Bilingually poor. So, what does that mean? In all the years that I've been here, I've done what I needed to do. I contributed. I'm very grateful for the opportunities I received, and took advantage of. And I never been in jail, and I pay my taxes, and I don't bother people. I do what I try to do. But I did listen to everybody. And I'm going to tell you something. One day we were in the Corso Club, and Tito Allen was playing with La Típica. And Tito had left the Barreto band, and it was the first time Barreto and La Típica played together, because Ray didn't want to play, still hurt about the breakup. And I remember that we were like, oh, we're going to play today, boy, we got to play, and healthy rivalry. And I went to the back of Tito's excellent singer. I went to the back to listen to Tito. They were started. And I sat in the Corso all the way in the back of the bar. There was a bar. And I sat to listen to Tito. And when the band began, I couldn't listen to Tito that well. And I told the guy that was with me, I said, I'm going to go over. He said, where are you going? I said, I can't hear Tito. And the guy says to me, no, leave it like that so you sound better. You're sick, man. When I told Tito, I cannot hear you in the back. So the question, did I hear other bands? Absolutely. Did I respect singers? Always. And I tell you, Tito Allen and Héctor Sánchez were better singers than I was when we were at the time working. They had a lot of more range, and they were a lot more professional than I was when I first began. I mean, and I have no problem saying that anywhere. So I listened to Gran Combo. I cannot play dancing music like Gran Combo can. Never will. Gran Combo is Gran Combo. So yeah, listen to everybody. Palmieri, oh yeah, all the time. And always learning. Always learning.
My name is Juan Espinosa. I'm from Panama. I came here 6 years ago. I was illegal around 5 years. And I just got my residency earlier. The Panamanian hat, you see. I always told her that I wanted to see you sing once. I don't care if I was in El Gallinero, I don't care. I mean, you're like, I don't, you know how I feel right now.
Yo me pongo así todos los días.
Una sola patria sin pan.
That's what happens when
It
you
hurt
come
me
back
so
there.
much. It reminded me. I feel it so much in my heart, and it's just so powerful and strong, and Hector level, and all of those singers, and everybody just, especially you, a big influence in my life. And my question to you is, what will you give to all those Latinos who came here, and to the country of the opportunities, that's what I call the United States, and what will you say to the people who want to be a musician, who wants to become the next Ruben Blades, the next Hector Lavoe?
I would say, first of all, listen to as much as you can. And I mean everybody. There's a tremendous amount of music available today, more than ever. That's one. Try to read. It's very important for people to read. We don't read as much anymore. I read all the time. I read all types of books. And it's important. Why? Because your vocabulary is going to grow. Yep. The other thing I got to suggest to you, if you want to do that, learn a percussion instrument. If you want to sing, if you want to soñar, you got to learn to play percussion, in my opinion. Ismael Rivera, percussion. Bongo. Cheo, bongo. I learned bongo, and I play bongo and cheo. Because you need to know percussion. A lot of the music and a lot of the soneos are, and they are, the syncopation, and that's very, very important. You got to be very, very, very much into that so it becomes natural. Contrary to what Andy Montañez says, whom I love, André Montañez, I can dance better. I just am not a dancer. I dance in my house. But I can fool any dancer because I know how to break into it. I know how to do that. But it's important for you to learn a percussion instrument because that's going to help you. And the other thing is listen to the greats. I mean, I started listening to the best guys. In English, I listened to Sinatra all my life. And I learned his breathing and his phrasing. It just became part of me. And Cheo, beautiful Cheo, voice always smiling. Ismael, breaking the clave, going up on top of the on top, behind, and very melodic. So listen to as much as you can. And the last thing I'll tell you is study.
Con el tumbao que tienen los guapos al caminar.